See, now we wait.
What are we waiting for?
Rhonda, or whoever wants to join us.
Oh. You want to join us?
Come join us.
Come join us. We're fun.
Better yet, join us next weekend at Cabin Con.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So now whenever I go live, they do this because I've been doing lives with other people for so long. Usually it used to be just me, and then people would pop up. There she is. Boom.
Is there a way to adjust that so it doesn't keep popping them all up?
I mean, they don't pop up until I invite them to come on.
No, I mean, like where it's throwing all the windows up, though.
Yeah.
Hi, Rhonda.
Hello.
Hello.
Lord, sorry about that.
Rhonda, fall down, go boom.
We took a tumble.
Rhonda has no sound.
It's no bueno.
What?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. Hold on.
He hears us.
Is my phone?
Check your volume, bro.
My phone was fine before. Oh, no wonder. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Was it you?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
the phone was turned down, which is weird because the phone was turned up when I walked in here.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Very cool, because I mean you're both in the picture really good.
Well, the phone is a mile away from us. We got fancy microphones here,
and we have
I see that.
We have a big projector thing in front of the or in front of the phone so we can see chat.
Oh, that's really cool.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, we're not that technological.
I wouldn't be surprised if y'all were.
But I did. How good's the audio?
Good. I can hear you just fine.
Good.
They're like $15, bro. Buy a suit.
I think I will. with my with a fancy microphone.
Little microphone.
That's cool. You just clip it on your shirt. I like it.
What's up, Rhonda? How you doing? Welcome to the Cabin on 360.
That's so funny.
Nothing's in your ear.
What's up, RIP? So we are here with Dennis Estlock. We are here at the Cabin on 360 for talk about the Cabin Con you guys have coming up here, or we have coming up here next weekend.
Yeah, so May 15, 16, got Cabin Con coming up. Just a little convention going on. Got vendors and speakers and workshops and just all kinds of good stuff going on. Free admission to the public. The workshop that Kim Sage and Mama Candy are putting on is the only one that has a fee to it. And that's because you actually get to make a essential oils spray and take it home with you.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
You get to set your intentions on it. You get to do it your way. They provide the materials and everything. And then you get to take it with you.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I can't throw enough kudos at Kim, man. She stepped up big time. Since I decided to try to imitate Superman and take a leap off the roof and jack myself up, I have fallen way off course on trying to set this up, and she stepped up, and she's got us a bunch of presenters coming in. Of course, the vendors were coming in on their own. Mm-hmm. They saw how we had a good time last year, and vendors did well. So, they were stepping up on their own. So, we got good people.
I know she asked if I wanted to be a speaker, and I just couldn't pull everything together in time, but she told me some of the other people that were speaking. So it's a really good panel. I don't remember everybody she told me she had reached out to, but I know Jenny Lee and Frosty, who have a podcast that I can't think of the name off right at the top of my head. They're going to be there. I think Jenny Lee is doing a presentation, and I know Esmeralda James is doing something on demonology. So she's excellent, all friends of mine as well, and they're great people. So I think there's gonna be a good variety of speakers.
Yeah, I got Don Michael coming in as well.
Yes.
But yeah, I was on Jenny Lee and Frosty's podcast, and you're right. I can't remember the name of it either. I suck at this. But good experience, good time invested in the paranormal and the metaphysical world. Metaphysical.
Well, yeah. Easy for you to say.
Yeah, that's your opinion. I got my eye teeth. I got my tongue over my eye teeth. Couldn't see what I was saying. But yeah, doing. I've also got, which one of my favorite people, Sully's coming down from FPRI. He's going to do a presentation for us as well.
Oh, nice.
And if you're not, for those that aren't familiar, it's Fredericksburg Paranormal Research and Investigations. And Rhonda, I think you know them, right?
I kind of might be part of that team. And, he kept that a secret. He has not said a word.
Well, I hope the hell he remembers.
Am I supposed to be talking right now?
It's a damn secret he doesn't know.
He hasn't said a word, but that's awesome. And Shayla Rickard from Middletown, she's doing a presentation as well, right?
She is. She's going to come in and talk to us about dark tourism. That she's made a career out of the tourism industry for Middletown, the actual village of or city of. So she's going to come in and talk about dark tourism and how it can benefit localities, and tying in with the localities can benefit the locations. Just, the whole roundabout of how each other can benefit the other. I'm looking forward to hearing hers, because God knows the Cabin on 360 needs some help.
Yeah.
Whatever like information she can help share with us and stuff, that would be great to have,
Yeah, and we got a perfect one for you. Brett Harp is coming in also.
Nice.
And he's known as the haunted therapist. And
I need all therapy.
Rhonda needs that.
I need that.
We'll make sure he attends.
Break out the couch, man. I'll be on, on the couch getting my paranormal therapy done. And we've got our friend 13th Floor Haunted Media.
Yeah, I'm excited. Another Dennis.
Yes. And he's actually bringing a couple of other team members of 13th Floor with him.
Yeah. So
they'll be hanging out with us all weekend, and they're coming all the way in from Ohio.
Yeah, they're from Ohio. They're actually have a YouTube channel. Yeah. And they've been on the show a few times.
Yeah, we've had them a couple of times. They're fun to talk to.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
And I think we've got our dear friends. I'm not sure how well you guys know them, but Bedford Paranormal. They're going to come out and hang out with us for a little bit on Saturday, we think. No promises, but we expect it. And then one of the cool parts of it is going to be the workshop that Kim and Mama Candy is going to do. I'm kind of excited for that one, because I've made my own essential oils and sprays and so forth. And they're going to work on teaching how to cleanse and protect your own energy field and your energy aura and so forth. And, I think there's a lot of us in this field that need that, simply because it's not something that we practice.
It's nothing we think about too much.
Yeah. I mean, most of us go into an investigation. We're like, oh, so cool, man. Check this place out. Next thing you know, we're getting run over like a damn puppy dog on the railroad tracks, and the freight train just smoked through us.
I mean, they say that it's a paranormal hangover. They say once you're done, you come home from an investigation, you're always so wiped out. But how much is of the
right. And even though you come in with the best of intentions, so sometimes you do the protection when you come in, but you forget to do the clearing when you leave because you're so tired, and you just immediately go home and crash out in bed and wake up the next morning. You're like, oh, did I bring any friends home with me? Yay.
I think all of us are guilty of that.
I'm terrible at protecting myself. I just go right in.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in some pretty damn dark locations, and the excitement and the hype of being at a cool new location that you've heard all this history about, and, you just forget to take that moment, put your shields up, protect yourself.
Especially during a public investigation when everyone's talking and, just kind of slips your mind.
Yeah, and then, into the night, you've been through this location for, 6 hours, 8 hours, whatever. You're just thinking, oh, God, that bed's going to feel so great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You wake up in the morning with an extra horn sticking out your forehead.
Your head's on backwards, floating. You're actually floating over the bed.
Yeah.
Look down like, oh, shit.
Yeah, and you have that thought, man, I wish I could have
Yeah.
coffee, and all of a sudden the coffee pot smashes on the wall across from you.
Maybe that prayer would have worked.
Right. Right.
You know, if only I'd paid attention.
Yeah.
The last time that Kim Sage and Mama Candy did a workshop on this, I'd probably have coffee this morning.
Yeah. Not in, it would be smashed on the kitchen floor.
Right. Right.
See? We're trying to prevent this from happening to you guys. So that's why you need to come and listen to this workshop, so you don't lose your coffee maker and you don't wake up floating over your bed.
Yeah,
We are here for you.
Yes. But there's also going to be a full-on panel. And when we do the panel, it's going to be, the question is, are we helping or harming? And it goes into the ethics of paranormal investigation. And it's probably going to be about an hour long. But the idea is, are we actually doing any good to spirit or to the location? Those are a lot of the questions that we have to ask is, are we doing good, or are we harming the environment, the spirits, the location?
I hope we're doing good.
I mean, the goal is to do
Yeah.
good. And, I don't think any of us want to do harm. Hey, Rodney.
Hey, Rodney.
Hey, Shannon.
Shannon's here.
But those are the things that this panel is about, is, getting into the ethics in paranormal investigation.
I'm sure some people haven't done good.
Oh, well, I can tell you, I had a gentleman that I politely escorted to his vehicle and asked him to leave the property. And
well, welcome, Rodney.
One of his dumbass questions in Melissa's bedroom was, do you have any regrets from that day? I'm dying was a friggin' regret.
Yeah.
It was just a dumbass question.
What regrets would she have? Letting Randy in her room?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't.
Hi, Mark. So, yeah, ethics goes a long way in this. Respect goes a huge, huge way in what we do.
I think that's why, part of the reason why we're putting together this Paracon is to bring people in who aren't familiar with the paranormal and want to learn about the right way to investigate. And, you have all these great teams going to be out there, so you can come and talk to them and just get a feel for everyone involved in the paranormal.
Yeah, ask all those questions that you don't normally get to ask. And that's the cool thing. Most of the vendors that are out here, Booze Paranormal, if you have questions about equipment and gear and what does what and how it does it, Ron will sit and answer questions all day long. He has a wealth of knowledge about it.
We have teams from other places.
Like all the different teams, they'll all answer questions.
Yep.
And Shannon just made a good point. What I like about being around all the other different teams is everybody does things a little different.
Yeah.
I learned a really cool interactive method from Mike, Tennessee Wraith Chasers. He says, hey, I've got a different way of saying hello. Here's mine. Hello. Can you say hello back to me the same way?
Yeah.
I actually listened to the two knocks. So
it's interactive.
It was something different.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all have different means and different methods. And I think when it comes down to it, we all have different purposes for doing it, but learning a different method is not a bad idea. None of us are perfect at this. Right?
No. And that's the cool part about, what we do, and, the fact that we all, learn from each other, and we can take what we've learned and apply it to our own investigations.
Right, because every location is different too. So, like how we might approach something at the cabin or Belle Grove, it might be better to take one of these other techniques that we see somebody else do, because we might get better results at a different location.
Yeah. And the fact that, you can get into just come and hang out with us for the day. Listen to the speakers. I mean, the workshops cost money because they have to supply the stuff. But you come and hang out for a few hours, just sit there and chat with us. We'll talk for for as long as it takes.
And the people that are coming on board are just absolute sweethearts.
Yeah.
From the vendors, the speakers, the presenters, they're all sweet people, and they'll all support each other and those that aren't very familiar with this field. They'll step up and answer questions just to help out, or make you feel welcomed at bare minimum.
Is there going to be food? Is there a food truck coming?
There is.
Yeah.
I do have Flavor Chariot joining us again.
The same. Oh my gosh!
Same one from last year.
Yeah. All right. Now now that food last year was insane in the membrane. It was so good.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Yeah, John and Flavor Chariot definitely does some good food. But I've got him coming back out. That's the only one I've got. One, I don't want them to come out here and only do, $100 or something, and there's 8 food trucks lined up across the front lot, and everybody does $100.
Yeah.
I'd rather have one truck that does really good food, is able to take care of everybody, and he makes enough money that it's worth it to him to keep coming back year after year.
Yeah.
And he said he made good money last year. So I'm hoping it's a little better this year, but I know the food won't be any better because that's hard to do.
You can't get much.
I don't think you can make it better.
Yeah, and
his wings were pretty kick-ass.
I think having one food truck was enough last year. I mean, hopefully you'll have like a line of cars like coming down the highway trying to get in for Cabin Con next weekend. But I think for what we have, it's gonna one food truck would probably be enough. Plus the food is so good.
Yeah, and the portion size is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They don't skimp out on the food.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not like you're going to have to go back in 30 minutes to get a replacement. But yeah, so we've got that. We've got CNC clearing and hauling is going to come out this week and help us with a little bit of clearing and make some more space around the memorial garden. The goal is we are going to do the dedication of the memorial garden at Cabin Con, and the volunteers, the local support. I've got a couple of different people that we've bought flowers from that they've stepped up and they went, here's extra.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
toys,
awesome.
The Misfit Toys have done a great job. I'm waiting to hear back from a couple of other locations as to whether they're going to step up and help with. The most expensive part of all of this is going to be the border stones and such. That's going to be, $1,000+, and that's the part that's really going to hurt. The flowers we've done fairly well. We've sourced local, a lot of mom and pop backyard. I just went yesterday and picked up 15 pots of canna lilies that grow to 4 to 6 feet, and they're beautiful red and yellow flowers when they bloom out. And I agreed to buy 12, and they threw in extra, quote, for the cause.
Hey, Taz.
So, hey, Taz. So it's a little bit of everybody has been helping us.
Talk about for a second what Melissa means to us, because I did a TikTok and I said something about Melissa's history at the rancher, and someone commented, let her rest in peace. And I don't think people understand what that young girl has meant to all of us.
No, I don't think they realize it's not a matter of we're not letting her rest in peace. She already wasn't, quote unquote, resting in peace. That young girl and her short life has brought friends together, has brought friends to become family, has created families. She gets honored at every investigation and every event we do. When I do the presentation, I tell people that you will respect her. If you don't, I will throw your ass off the property. But twice a year now, this is our 10th year placing flags. And when I do that presentation for the flag placement, I make the comment, and it's an old quote that says, "A man dies two deaths in this world. One, when the mortal body dies, and two, when their name is no longer spoken." And we've taken it upon ourselves that this young girl will never die that second death. We will mention her name. We will say her name. We will say it with pride, and we will honor her. There is a memorial garden being put out back for her. Ashley, one of our prior volunteers here, had a beautiful memorial plaque made to her, a marble plaque that's going to be placed. Ashley's actually going to do the dedication for that. So it's not that we are, quote unquote, not letting her rest in peace. It is that we are keeping her company while she is on this side of the veil for whatever reason. And then when she's ready to go home, we will, miss her dearly.
Yeah.
But it's not our place to quote unquote cross her over. It's not our place to send her home. We don't know what that does. You can say all day long, "I cross over spirit," but if spirit doesn't want to go, it's kind of like kicking your puppy out of the house.
And we're not keeping her here.
Yeah,
The spirit has free will as well. If they want to be somewhere, they should be allowed to be. There we go. We're talking about those ethics things.
Yeah, exactly.
That would probably be part of the discussion you guys have on your panel. Crossing spirits over when it's the appropriate time to do such a thing.
And again, it's not within my wheelhouse to cross a spirit. I don't know when I tell them you can't be here anymore and I sage the house or whatever. I don't know where that spirit's going.
You'll have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the taxi driver for that. So yeah. I've had people tell me, "Oh, what a shame you're using that young girl's tragedy to line your pockets." Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
I have nosedived my credit score nearly 200 points in a year and a half. I have sunk myself more in debt than I have ever been in my life. So it's not a matter of I'm lining my pockets. I am honoring over 2,000 men that gave up their lives, I can account for 2,264 men killed, captured, wounded, or missing in action on or adjacent to this land. My job, our job, is honor those soldiers. If the good Lord wills it this way, I will take over ownership of this land, the building, the battlefield. There will be memorial markers all the way through the trails denoting 13th Virginia, denoting 49th Virginia, denoting 15th Pennsylvania. All those soldiers that gave up their life, they're being honored every investigation and every event that we do. So that is our goal. That is our mission statement, is to set a historic easement on this land, protect the land forever, so it is always hallowed ground and not some asshole's car wash.
This place is more than just a paranormal location.
Correct.
The fact that he cleared out the back. There is a pass through the whole woods now, and he has got he's got plans to set up Civil War camps throughout the woods, and you can almost make it to like an educational center for people to come and appreciate our history. The fact that it's haunted is a bonus, but it's a lot more than that. And I think we are with the Cabin Con. We are trying to get people out here who in the community so they can better understand what we are trying to do out here. It's not just, oh, we look for ghosts.
Right.
And so that's what it is right now. But we're working our way towards it being a lot more than that. I mean, putting a memorial garden together isn't cheap, and he's spending, all the money trying to honor her, Melissa, and also honor the soldiers that were killed on this land. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people to understand that, and come investigate. The more people are involved in what we do, our investigations, the money doesn't go to his pocket. It goes towards paying bills and stuff.
It ain't going to my pocket.
Yeah, keep
It's got
the
holes
lights
in
on.
those pockets.
Yeah,
they flood right out everywhere else.
Yeah, there's there's a lot more that goes into this location than people realize. For teams to be able to live feed from here and hit the Wi-Fi, that costs $200 a month. The power bill here averages $500 per building.
Wow.
Plus lease, plus the general liability insurance policy. All those things add up, and they add up honestly to more than we're bringing in right now. And if not for the wonderful friends and supporters of this location, I would have probably had to walk away after the first year's lease, and we're midway through the second year. So it's going in the right direction. We're making great strides. And folks like you, Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show, bringing us on, let us talk about it and share with your viewers what we're doing here and why we're doing it. These things make a huge difference. And I'm going to pull this marble plaque down and hold it in front of the
Yeah,
camera.
go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get a paranormal location up to where it's a popular or like a status of like Waverly Hills or places like that, especially when you don't have the TV people behind it like Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, I mean, trying to get the notoriety and getting the bookings, like, if you look at places like Hinsdale House, hang on. I didn't want to cough in their ear, so I muted my mic. Yours probably still picked it up quite well. But, Hinsdale House has the backing of history and the big names. We don't have that yet. We would love to. That would be wonderful. But until such time as we have that huge following, huge backing, then we're making do with what we have. But, when I told you that there was a marble plaque that is going out to commemorate Melissa, let's see if I can hold this up. I'm going to hold it up on that one and wait for it to come up on mine so I can see what the hell I'm doing. There we go. But like I said, that was donated to us. Ashley was kind enough to order that, have it laser engraved, and we'll place that in front of the memorial garden. But until we get that notoriety, until we get that one big break, we still have a lot of holes in our booking calendar that are not booked. And that's our goal, is just to get it booked out so it stays running funds. And then I can go to a bank and go, look, here's what we're doing, financials, support me. And, I've got a GoFundMe out there now for $100,000. And that's less than 1/4 of the purchase price of the land. The other 75+% I'm going to carry, and pray that it continues making money so I can keep it paid. But the last thing I want to see, like, what was it, 3 years ago, we had a guy that put a contract on the land, wanted to build a softball complex out here.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
In his original interest plans was the area immediately behind the two buildings, if not where the two buildings are, was all parking. And then he was going to build 2 softball fields in the woods. He was basically going to level everything out here. And that broke my heart, knowing that I couldn't stop it. If he chose to move forward, if he had been able to move forward, we would have just lost this. So when we were told you need to clear out, it became I can't let it go. I can't just walk away, and I can't let this hallowed ground become a damn softball field or car wash or vape shop or some other bullshit that Mechanicsville Board of Supervisors agrees to.
there's there's a lot more to these buildings.
Have a great night, Shannon.
Than the spirits. Like I said, there are memories in here. So we started doing this back in 2016. I was here. We were here with Howie and ASPS in 2015. So we've been doing this for a long time. And even the spirits themselves, we have kind of a rapport with them.
Most of it's negative and vulgar towards me.
You say asshole every time you walk down the steps. So
but yeah, it's the good that we do for the community. Sawyer Perkins was a St. Jude's kid here, local in Mechanicsville, and we did 3 different fundraisers for her. We had a prior team member that got diagnosed with cancer as well, and we did a fundraiser for them. 10 years now we've worked with Toys for Tots. For 10 years we've gone twice a year and placed flags on the abandoned headstones at veterans headstones. So it's a matter of, and even still, Sawyer's Warriors, which look them up on Facebook. Sawyer's Warriors is the foundation that Sawyer Perkins' mama started after Sawyer passed away. And the purpose of the foundation is for other parents of terminally ill cancer children. It's a chance for them to go on a brief vacation after their child passes away, just to be around other parents that have been there and to learn to understand how to cope. They set them up with counselors. They set them up with all of these things to help them cope with losing a child to cancer. So we still support Sawyer's Warriors. You'll find them at Hanover Vegetable Farm, and on the back of their shirts, you'll find our logo, because I sponsor buying their shirts and everything. So it's a matter of not just coming out here and checking out the paranormal, not just coming out here and talking to the dark and hope it talks back. It's also a matter of being able to support and promote our community.
Yeah, it's the reason when we first started coming out here, and Dennis and I first started investing, we realized that we had something here, and we brought teams in, and they verified that we had something here. It wasn't just us saying it. We were like, we need to start having teams or having people come out, and we need to start doing events out here. And when we first started doing it, we could donate our funds that we got from the public investigations to different charities, different locations like Tanover Tavern, Henricus Park. We've donated to Sawyer's. We could afford to do that because when we first started, we weren't worried about paying rent.
Yeah, we didn't have a high 4-figure mortgage or lease.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's there now.
Yeah, but I think we have a nice base of people who
Welcome,
understand.
FBRI. Love you, Sully.
What is up, man?
Hey, Sully, by the way, you do know you're speaking at CabinCon, right, bro? Because, Rhonda tells me that you haven't told anybody. So
it was a surprise.
It was good to be a surprise. I'm certain.
Yeah, we ruined it.
Yeah.
He's in trouble. Hey, what's up, guys?
I thought we had that shit squared up months ago.
I'm sure you did.
Like, what are you talking about?
I know FPRI is a vendor.
For sure.
And I would love to say, here's my list of vendors right now. I'm not going to lie, I don't know them all. I do know I have a forge smith coming out with custom forged knives and blades and edged weaponry and so forth. I've got vendors in stones and crystals and
is Nissa coming again? The girl with the blonde hair.
What was her name?
Nissa.
You mean Jessie?
I mean, no, her name's Nissa.
Oh, I don't know that one.
She had like I don't know, like crystals and stuff, and she made bracelets for people.
Well, the name Nissa doesn't ring a bell to me. I have a girl named Jessie. Maybe something like that.
Maybe Jessie.
But yeah, we've got
goes by Nissa.
Yeah, I've got a couple of different authors coming in.
Transcend Paranormal is going to be here.
Yeah, Transcend is going to be represented.
Nice.
Let me go back here and look. I got a message.
Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show going to be there.
Right, you just I was getting ready to say, get ready to ask that question. Get Dennis to give us the schedule. Like, what time does it start Friday and what time does it start Saturday?
So we're going to do Friday is setup. So they can come in, like vendors and everything can come in and set up 10 a.m. for the vendor setup and whatnot. And then it opens to the public at 2 p.m. I believe it was 2 p.m. I don't know. I don't know why you're asking me these questions.
I know, right? I was
Like
putting
I
it
know
together.
what the hell I'm doing. But yeah, it's 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday. And then from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m., we're going to do investigations Friday night and Saturday night. Now, Saturday, they can run the vendors and open to the public 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So the vendors will be out all day. And then we've got the investigation again Saturday night, 7 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Hell yeah, Rai.
Hell yes.
Or Riri, whatever it is. I don't know.
It's Rai.
Rai. Okay.
Riri wouldn't they call me on the bad days.
I mean, I do have my daughter named Rihanna, so I just, funny.
Don't laugh, Ron. That's just instigation.
I was getting ready to say, Martha, where's Martha? She has all the answers.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. But no, it's like I just shared the link to Ryan. So if you go to tco360.com/CabinCon, you'll find the link there. It says bright yellow, says here. And that's where you can buy your tickets for Friday night or Saturday night's investigations. And those funds go to help pay for CabinCon, and they go to help keep the lights on in this place and everything else. So yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ryan was here a few weeks ago with Ryan, Kim's group.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
and that was a pretty cool class too, by the way.
Yeah, I heard that was a lot. Heard that was a lot of fun.
It was.
And that's another cool thing we do here. We have people. We have something coming up in June.
June 1.
Was it crystals? What's going on with that?
Well, Southwich.
So
Southwich is going to come in and help us build a shelf for your crystals, where once you set your intention, it'll help charge the crystals, your gems, etc. Most people have them sitting on their dresser, on the TV stand, on the bedside table. They're thrown here, thrown there. This gives you a place to place them that is, you can set your intention on them. And that will help keep them doing what they're supposed to do. They're not just beautiful rocks. They actually have an energy about them and a metaphysical value.
Yeah. I think
So,
plus learning about the crystals and what they do.
I'm assuming.
You know,
I don't know 100% of how she does her classes because I haven't partaken in one. I know the description that she put out, so I can give you that part of it.
I mean, I've looked.
But check out Southwich
Yeah.
LLC on Facebook. That'll give you a really good idea. You know, and we're open to other ideas too. But that event's $60 a person, and you get to make the shelf and take it home with you. You know, so it's not like you're just coming out here making something that we're going to hang on the walls or throw out on the back deck.
Yeah.
You get to carry it home with you. It's something that you create. You set your intentions in, you put your energy into it, and then you get to carry it out. Hi, Michaela, welcome. Hey, Tiffany.
What's up, Tiffany?
Hey, Tiffany.
You'll be there.
I think it's really cool you're doing that, like letting people teach classes there. Because I know the minute I realized you were doing that, I was like, oh, I need to teach a tarot class there. I need to find some dates and get with Dennis. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously I don't want to do it on the primary booking nights. You know,
Right.
Fridays and Saturdays, of course, are the most common nights teams want to investigate. But on the other nights, you know, weeknights, a couple hours from, 7 to 9, 7 to 10, whatever, we'll work out something on it because I'd rather have something happening here that benefits not necessarily the paranormal field, but people.
Yes.
You have this building set here with the lights off and nothing happening. If we keep that energy flowing in this place, man, spirit is happy and they keep interacting with us constantly. Awesome, Michaela. You need to stop by, darling. Next weekend, the 15th and 16th, we're here. It's free admission. Come on out, say hi. I'm Dennis.
I'm Ryan. Yeah, just
And
right.
we'll
That's
be
Rhonda.
here.
We'll all be here.
I'll be there.
That's what we're here. We definitely want people, especially in the community, come out and join us. And talking about the workshops, that's the reason why we started doing this was to educate people. And one of our dreams was to turn this into like an education center for the paranormal during investigations, but also people can learn about crystals, learn about tarot, because there's not that many places around here.
There's not
to do that.
Classes, you're correct.
Yeah, Kim does her workshops. So we have her, but other than that, it's really, unless you go to I guess the Aquarian bookstore.
Yep.
And maybe Crystal Goddess or Stone Goddess? Is that still around?
I don't know.
It's like Martha reached out to me today. There's apparently a Crystal and Gem shop in Hopewell, but she went by and they were closed for some reason or another. So it's not that, we don't have gemstone stores on every corner, and people that teach the metaphysical and this. We've tried to do like Paranormal 101 a few times, had very low turnout. But, again, I think it boils down to what media are you using for advertising? And we just didn't hit a niche. So we're going to try them again later and see if it works. Because everybody, I don't care what race, religion, line of work, profession, any of that. Everybody you talk to will tell you, man, I got a ghost story.
Mm-hmm.
And they all have an interest in it. I mean, it goes all the way back to the dawn of time. Man wants to know what happens after death. And, we're trying to find those answers. So, maybe we're onto something, maybe we're not. But we're not going to know if we don't try. So, if you do see a class out here, Paranormal 101, come on out. Let's learn about the equipment together.
That'd be cool.
The one thing that's the most overwhelming when you first get into the paranormal is all the equipment.
Oh, yeah.
You have the spark to want to do it, but it's like understanding what everything is for is very overwhelming. There's so much out there.
I still don't know what everything's for. Don't ask me. I have no idea. Just
give him a recorder.
Yeah, I know it works.
I love my recorder. That is my go-to, man.
Me too.
If I can get a good Class A EVP, even if it does tell me to F you, I'm happy with that. I know something's there.
Yeah, it's fun when you see the stuff light up, but I don't get as excited as I do when I get a good EVP.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, hey, Blue Jean Girl. Zero Fear was out here just the other weekend, and they had a really good time as well. And, you know, I don't know what, you know, there's 1,000 theories in the field. How do you get the best evidence? How do you get the best activity? How do you?
Hey, Angie.
And everything varies based on, I think, spirit. It's not a matter of lunar. It's not a matter of the earth spinning this way or that way, or I think it's a matter of what energy do you carry in, what mood is spirit in. You know, is it residual or intelligent? If it's residual, is it an anniversary date? You know, Triple C and D has the end of this month booked for the full weekend, and I'm dying to see what they get, because that's, you know, May 28 and 29, I think, are their dates.
That's the
that's the primary dates of the battle for Bethesda Church.
Wow.
What we said.
I forgot about that.
That's
So
cool.
they booked the whole weekend. But yeah, go check out Triple C and D. Don Westbrook's put out a post that, you know, they've got the cabin for the full weekend.
Oh man!
And it's the anniversary of their primary battle.
They know this? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I made sure they knew.
I'm wondering, like, if people get a residual can't even talk, residual voice here. I wonder, since we spend so much time here,
do they pick us up? Pick y'all up?
We have residual of us.
Well, that brings up a good point. I've had teams. Do you remember? Oh crap! What was the name of it? Larry and Sarah Snyder.
Oh God.
Lost Souls Paranormal.
Yeah.
So you know what the babble ball is? The little blue ball that's like a hard plastic dog toy that just makes a bunch of noise but rolls in squiggly lines and shit.
Yeah.
I had one in the Brick Rancher, and Sarah called me on Sunday after they left, because they spent the full weekend, and she's like, "Hey, that blue ball that's over in the cabin, how did you program that thing to talk?" I went, I didn't. It's called a babble ball, and that's all it does. It babbles. You can't record to it or anything. She goes, "No, bullshit. I know you did, because we heard your voice on it." And I went, No, you didn't. No, you literally told Larry, "Fuck you, Larry," on that device. And I went, "No, I did not, because you can't program it." And she's like, "Wait, you're serious?" And I went, "I'm serious as a heart attack. You can't program it." It's
not like something he would do, though, if he could.
I mean, if I could, yeah. I mean, it's like when I die, I've got a whole list of people I'm going to haunt.
So, Rai is asking, when you use the radio and headphones to listen to for the words in between the static, which is called the Estes method, is there a special radio you use?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yes, it is called a spirit box. Yeah, Tiffany, you're probably one of them I'm going to haunt, hon. Just don't laugh too loud, Rhonda, because you're another one.
I'm expecting it.
Come on,
oh, he's getting it.
Yeah.
He's right up there.
I'm going to bring the garlic out.
I like garlic.
Yeah, they're called the spirit box. There's all kinds of different ones. I know on Amazon they've got the SB7 and the S box, and they're actually pieces of equipment that have been made to do that. So
yeah, there's
a bunch of them.
Like I'm kind of a fan. So Booze Paranormal makes one that they call the Booze Box, and it is a spirit box on steroids. I mean, this thing's got the reverb, echo, forward, backward speed adjustment, and everything built in. And it's just amazing. And to use that, I think, would be better than a spirit box, or a spirit radio, rather. And I don't have one on hand, which, by the way, Ron, if you're watching, I do need to get a couple of more of those, because I've sold them. So I sold one to Austin, and the guys over at Forgotten Explorations, he was like, "Hey man, what the hell does this thing do?" So I fired it up and I showed him. and it gets rid of most of the noise. If you listen to a typical spirit box, you hear that constant tick, 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 tick,
Yeah.
tick, tick. It drives me nuts.
Drives a lot of people crazy, that constant
just
noise.
I'd just as soon shove screwdrivers in my ears. But I was showing it to Austin, and he's like, dude, that's pretty damn cool. And I said, well, you can also do this with it and do that with it. Well, the first time he fired it up, he introduced himself. He said, my name's Austin, and these are my teammates. And it named his teammates before they got to introduce themselves. And he's like, dude, this thing's nothing but legit. Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. 3 of them. So, there's different equipment. There's the basic SB7 spirit box. There's the SB11 that runs dual tuners. There's another one, S box. There's 1,000 variations on it. Find the one that you're comfortable with. Don't get one that is so damn sophisticated that you're using 2% of what it can do. Unless you're willing to dedicate time to learn that instrument, it's not going to be of any value to you in the grand scheme of things.
And that's another reason why you should come to Cabin Con next weekend, so you can learn about these things. You can talk to different paranormal investigators who have used all the equipment, so you'll be able to get the right one that works for you.
Well, and not only that, it's another reason why you should come to our Paranormal 101 next time we host it. And let's break out this gear and let's learn about it together, because we'll do a little bit of every time I do an investigation, either with the public or with the team, I learn something new.
Mm-hmm.
If you know anybody, I don't give a rat's ass, even John Zaffis, if he ever said, I'm an expert in this field, I would fall over because he knows better. None of us are an expert. There are no experts in a field that we can't fully define. We don't know half of what we need to know. I've been doing this. I've been talking to spirits since I was 7. So that was nearly years ago.
What was that? I didn't quite catch
that. And I'm far from an expert in it. I have a lot of experience, but I am far from an expert. There's just so much to it that we don't understand, and we will probably never understand until we're on that side of it. We're just not going to know.
And the cool part about this place is that it's always giving us new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm still so surprised by the stuff people get here, or and it's like, oh, that never happened to me before.
Oh yeah. Seeing a goat man in the upstairs loft.
Yeah, that still hasn't happened to me yet. I've not seen the goat man.
I'm still waiting.
Or the hooded figures in the woods.
Yeah, goat man, bring your ass out, bro.
I mean, it happened to someone, and it happened so much that someone was scared to stay here.
Two.
Yeah.
Because Elizabeth and her friend, whatever, from Pennsylvania. Said they saw it out in the yard between the 2 buildings. Zero Fear walked through, and they actually went back out the next day to make sure that there wasn't plants out there. They know the smell of honeysuckle, and they said that they walked through such a heavy smell of perfume that they couldn't justify it.
And that's weird to smell outside. That's strange.
I heard something. What's up, Joan?
Hey, Joan. God, there was another point that I wanted to bring up. Saturday night with the team that I was here with doing the tour and everything next door. We were hearing a music box. Now,
where?
In the rancher. I can't tell you where it came from because it was at the back end of the hallway, somewhere near like Randy and the parents' bedroom and the bathroom. That was all we could determine. It was loud enough that there were 5 of us there. We were midway across the living room, and we all heard it and turned to look. And then it was like, you heard that, right? And we're like,
Oh my God.
I mean, and we heard it not once, but 4 separate times.
That is so weird.
Now,
that is really weird.
Ron and Michelle, Booze Paranormal, And Martha and I were over there. Ron had just brought me the Wise cams that he had converted over to full spectrum. And as we're getting ready to leave, there is a little plastic, like 3-drawer bin right beside the front door. And what sounded like from right there, we heard a music box. And we went on the search. All 4 of us heard it. All 4 of us looked at
Like someone
that
left the
spot
music box, like
immediately.
yeah, like the,
No,
yeah.
like the little wind-up
Yeah.
ones. Not like the little high-pitched tinny ones, like, you wind it up and it plays and little ballerina moves or something. Ding, ding, ding. No, this was like the wind-up. You're just waiting to see the damn monkey pop out the thing.
Oh, did
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't that tune, but it was that tone. It was pretty crazy. I mean, we had 3 or 4 times that all 4 of us heard it, and it was like 4 or 5 of us that were all together.
That's the first
Saturday night, and then it was Ron, Michelle, Martha, and myself that heard it that first time months ago. But Saturday night we heard it like 3, 4 times.
Wow. See?
Hi, baby doll. Welcome. But
That's crazy.
It's been crazy. The footsteps have been pretty loud recently. Like I said, Zero Fear had the real strong perfume smell. They actually went out during the daytime to go see if there's flowers along the path.
We're in
that
the
they may
woods,
have smelled
like, was
that.
it
They were
middle of
on
the
the
woods?
trail, on the access road, walking out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they went back out and they said, we found the honeysuckle, and it wasn't that. This was like much sweeter, like perfume. So they went back to track it and see what it was, and they couldn't figure it out.
I was back there, smelled campfires in the woods when I went out into the road. I couldn't smell it anymore. There was a very strong campfire. Joan says, I remember that smell. So there you go.
And of course, now Joan was one of them that was with us the night
She got
that.
touched. Right?
Well, no, it was her cousin Mandy that got her ass grabbed.
Yeah.
And
In
then
the way back.
Yeah, in the way back. And then Joan, Mandy, and myself were going to head back out at the end of the night to go see if we could figure out, well, as Joan put it, I want to see if they'll grab my ass.
I mean,
And that's when we had that figure walk up the gravel road at us in the middle of the night at like 2 a.m. till I drew a weapon and the flashlight and it disappeared.
maybe he wanted to grab her ass.
I don't know.
And you
I
messed
know he
that
didn't
up.
want to grab my ass.
I mean, you never know.
I mean, I'm assuming he's got better taste. Who wants to? Besides that, I've been taking no acetol pills. I got no acetol.
I mean, it's true. Me too. Over the counter.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a crazy night. That was the night that whatever ran across the small of my back, kicked my hip to the side, and I want to say it was Carrie Spinagle that was off to my right that said, we heard the footsteps, the 2 pieces of equipment went off. Mandy jumped and hollered, what the hell, because something grabbed her ass.
Yeah.
She spun thinking it was me. That's when I jumped because something went across the small of my back, hit my weapon, and kicked my hip to the side. And
Like
then
a chain reaction.
Yeah, and then Carrie said it was like an icy cold blast pushed through her. And that was right in the middle of the main circle in the way back.
And that was just the beginning. That was like half of a man. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah, not long after that.
Damn it.
What are you doing,
I'm
man?
trying to read the comment.
Not long after that, Joan saw a figure walk across the wood
soldier,
line.
right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
soldier.
I remember that. Out the windshield. I saw it outside the window.
Yep. So, I mean, we've had some pretty crazy shit happen on this property.
There's been have there ever been a night where it's like, this kind of sucks? There's always been something happening.
Oh, yeah. Well, you weren't here. It was about a month ago. I was in the way back. We were starting to walk out. And we heard what sounded like easily 6 to 8